mind health tips since I have only 6 minutes. Can I do that, sir?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Some of you sitting there listening to me today have never walked to the hospital one day to say I came to do my EKG. Ah, well, I'm sorry for you. EKG is actually the electrocardiography. That's the big name. It simply means your heart test. Heart disease is the leading cause of death all over the world. 80 million people die every year. Go to the hospital today and just say I came to do my EKG, or else your family and friends will doing witchcraft. Now, heart attack is our topic this morning. 7 signs that you will have heart attack in weeks, days, or even hours. Oh yes. Those signs, when you see them coming, when they happen to you small, know that in 1 month time, or 2 weeks, or 3 weeks, or hours, you will have heart attack. Heart attack is when blood is not reaching your heart's muscles. Oh, blood is important. It carries oxygen and nutrients to all parts of the body, all of the 78 organs of the body. And it's part of the body that is not receiving blood, nutrients, and oxygen. That part will have a problem. One person dies every 3 seconds from heart disease. That means about 80 million people every year die around the world from heart disease. You can even die from heart attack in your sleep. Oh yes. The man went to bed, he wake up. The woman went to bed, she wake up, she died in her sleep. Heart attack. I'm not saying that's the only reason. A lot of people can die in their sleep. You can even die in your sleep from seizure. We're going to talk about that one day. Now, when you observe these signs and symptoms, act quickly. Run to the hospital quickly and consult a cardiologist or a heart doctor. Cardiologist, a heart doctor. 1, cold sweat. You're not warm. You're chilly. You cold, but you're sweating. It's called cold sweat. Don't take it lightly. Go to the hospital. Paleness is an unusual lightness of the skin color. Now, you're not bleaching like some of you beautiful ladies who want to tend to white women. Call me, you're beautiful already. You still want bleach. Okay, this one here, you're not bleaching, but your skin is just getting light, turning yellow. Go to the hospital. See a cardiologist. Number 3, fatigue. Feeling overtired with strong desire to sleep. Hey man, you slept the whole night. You didn't do exercise to say, oh, because of the exercise I did in the gym, that's why I'm so tired and sleeping. No, you didn't do anything. But you're just feeling overtired with a strong desire to sleep. You leave your house, you go to church, or you go to the office, you're still sleeping. Check the hospital. Heart attack is coming. 4, shortness of breath. You're not breathing too properly. Go to the hospital. Heart attack is coming. Jaw pain, particularly on the left side. When you start feeling pain in your jaw, especially on the left side, heart attack is coming. The reason why you feel it on the left side is that your heart is actually in the center of your chest, but it is slightly on the left side. Don't let anybody tell you your heart is on the left side. No, it's actually in the center of your chest, but slightly on the left side. Back pain. When you start to feel back pain, anyway, back pain is not exclusive to heart attack. You can also get back pain from sitting too long, but go check the hospital. Numbness of the heart, of the left hand and arm. You feel that your left hand or your left leg or arm is numb. You're not feeling anything there. You check it, you can't feel anything. Go to the hospital. Heart attack is on the way. All right? Dizziness. Change of balance as if your head is spinning. That's dizziness. You change your balance, just like your hair is swinging around like you want to fall. There's a difference between dizziness and fatigue. Remember this. Risk factors of heart disease. What are some of the causes? You need to look at this carefully and take precautions very seriously. 1, age. Once you have passed age 60, you should be expecting these things to happen. So always check the hospital to check yourself. Number 2, high blood pressure. This guy is a serious, dangerous guy. It can cause a lot of problems. So high blood pressure can cause heart attack also because it can damage the veins that can carry blood to the heart, the arteries. Number 3, high cholesterol. Those of you who eat a lot of greasy things, every day you must eat meat. Meat, be careful. Number 4, diabetes. Number 5, smoking and overuse of alcohol. Number 6, obesity. If you are overweight, you're too big, don't just sit there and feel comfortable. Find a way to manage your weight by eating certain fruits. Number 7, family history of heart disease. Number 8, lack of physical activity. Some of you don't take exercise at all. When you are lucky, when you don't take exercise, it can cause heart attack because certain things will happen to you. Number 9, I'm sorry. Rapid or irregular heartbeat. Yes. Sometimes you say, oh, my heart is beating fast. My heart beating fast. That heart beating fast, don't sit down in your house and allow your friend to tell you to take anything. Go to the hospital and see a cardiologist. God willing, I will be back.
Meantime?
But in the meantime,
okay,
I gotta get out of here. Where are you, once again?
Is it Gangewa?
Will you please help us later after the review of the local dailies and play the cow story, man? I love that story.
Yeah, it's a beautiful story, man. You said Gange what? Gange what? You gotta get out of here.
We are gonna get out of here.
God's willing, he will be back.
God willing, I will be back.
In the meantime,
I gotta get out of here. Yes.
All of you are getting for that bitter cola business in your head. All of you. Late President Thomas, former President Taylor, David Kuti, bitter cola business your hand inside. All of you gotta get out of here.
You want me? You want me to play the cow story or after? After.
If I suspend all the programs that you have to play that cow.
So before the review of the paper, let's play the three cow story by His Excellency Charles Gange Tiller. Dakpana. Okay. Damn it. All the NPP men can be happy when playing Tiller.
Oh yeah, especially Bobby Allison.
Now Bobby won. What was this guy for the national identification card?
No registry?
Registry.
You mean
Andrew Peter? What's the other senator? James Barnett. They all can be happy when we're talking about Charles Tiller. They plenty. They plenty. Only the record can show himself.
Oh yeah. Oh, but I can't. I don't forget my old friends. No.
Okay.
I don't forget my friends.
Meanwhile, yes, this one. Meanwhile, this one.
Yeah.
This one. You gotta get out of here. Yeah. This one. This one. Let's go.
There's a red cow, there's a white cow, and there's a black cow. They were friendly with lion. After lion had eaten up all of the little antelopes around, he decided that he would have a meeting with the cows to discuss future meals. And so he met them and talked, but he kept a secret. The secret was the white of these 3 cows, but they did not know. So he went to the white cow and the black cow. Said, listen, guys, this black cow, I don't like how this fellow looks. So I'm hungry. Let me just eat him, and you guys will be fine. And the 2 cows, he grabbed the black cow, he wrapped it up. He got hungry again. So he came to the white cow. He said, look, you are white. You got this red cow is stubborn. Let me eat this red. White cow said, go ahead and eat the red cow. He grabbed the red cow and he ate the red cow. When he got hungry again, he came to the white cow. The white cow said, oh, but you promised that you would not do this. He said, well, you should have known. Red cow and the black cow that you were next.
I wish you had an opportunity to sit before Charles Tiller. But the charisma, look, apart from the little cafe we used to get, just sitting with that man to talk with him, you are satisfied the whole day. Yes. God send him. God send him. And there's only one man who can remind me this time about those.
Can you dare put it down? One man that can remind you of Tiller, who the man?
One man that can remind me of His Excellency Charles Gange Tiller is Uncle Joe.
Never you know, never Bakakuna photo.
I'm a regime collaborator. They would sit.
So you know who can remind you about Tiller? One president, who's the president?
His Excellency Uncle Joe.
Uncle Joe. Joseph Marka reminds you of Taylor.
Oh, he reminds that voice.
That David what you talking you? That David talking you?
Yes, that voice is not only irresistible, it is distinctive. All that. Listen to Uncle Joe. Uncle Joe.
Small Kakuna Koto, David Koti.
Oh, yes, I'm a professor in his Institute of Politics.
Exactly.
You gotta get out of here, man. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay. All right, great. David Koti of the Health is a regular feature. Let's have the review of the paper what's making news from the print media. And so welcome to the review of the local dailies what's making news from the print media this morning. This front page from the front page Africa is our first tab. Let's get out of our first tab this morning. I think Myean producing you can't watch me. Yeah, but yes, we're still home. Yeah. But let's get out of the front page Africa this morning. The front page from fakes out to spoiler is what's captured the front page Africa. I just threw many information, boss. See, hella. Show many Pia. You went scroll from page Africa and say, see one headline again.
See hella. From
fix up to spoiler, the bigger boss go scroll from page Africa page and say, see one headline again. Interesting. Well, it's captured on the front page Africa. Well, just 2 months after announcing a renegotiated to the 2 million deal. VP Kun leads a high-level delegation to China for equipment inspection, contradicting other government claims. This is what it says from Fake Auto Spoilers, a question mark on the front page Africa. Grab a copy of the paper and read the rest of the story. Grave financial irregularities. President Joseph Yuma Boykai suspends acting LTA boss amid explosive GAC report. Well, Abdullah Kamara is captured here on the front page of front page Africa. Grab a copy. Proving the senator wrong. Who is here? This is ESAI and EPA permits Diaspora Centura, the Senator Yan Toin against ArcelorMittal. Senator Toin is captured here on the front page Africa. Grab a copy. Timely intervention is another sub-lead story on the front page Africa this morning. And in the review of the front page Africa.
Yes, and up next is the Daily Observer newspaper, volume 25, number 104. And the lead story, Kofa others indictment imminent. Top judicial source reveals. Where I'm seeing a former speaker captured here on the front page of the Daily Observer newspaper. The sub-lead story, Bwaka suspends LTA acting chair amid corruption allegations, but Watchdog says president's action is belated. Abdullah Kamara is also here on the front page of the Daily Observer. The ArcelorMittal debate or debacle is also an oversight failure. Who is saying this? The ArcelorMittal debacle is also an oversight failure. Yes, I think this is the editorial of the Daily Observer. Liberia EU seal 25 million euros pact deal is meant to boost private sector growth. Finance Minister Augustin Gafwa is here alongside the head of the EU delegation to Liberia, Lona the price. They're both on the front page of the Daily Observer. Let's go to the back page. Just the story on the back page. Malaria vaccine brings relief to mothers in Riverside County.
Yes, we move on. You move on to the heritage.
Yes, the heritage. The heritage. The truth is our guide. This is volume 28, number 35742. LAA boss hails President Boakai after Turkish team concludes strategic RRA assessment.
Yes.
Yes, so I'm seeing President Boakai here alongside the managing director
Jared
Metzko here on the front page of the heritage. The sub-lead story, President Boakai suspend LTA's acting chairman Kamara for serious corruption allegations. Well, I'm seeing the suspended LTA boss here with his hands on his Chin, you know, yes, the picture really resembled the story. Yeah, Weah was wicked to the Doe family. James Salinsa Diva blasts former President Weah for paying good with evil. Oh, James Diva. Okay, yes, the back page. The back page. Yellow Machines deals revamped as VP Coin inspects factories. I'm seeing the vice president here in a factory. Kofa orders bond sufficiency question. But what? Grab a copy of this paper to read the details. MRU unite for boundary reaffirmation. I'm seeing the internal affairs minister Francis Yumaling here. Finally, Liberia EU sealed 20 million deal to that's to revolutionize private sector is the final story on the back page of the Heritage newspaper, and that's all we have for
the Inquirer.
Yes,
just
also
coming.
Inquirer.
Yes, my favorite. My first mail winning Sewa Jimmy Inquirer. Yes, the front page of the Inquirer newspaper on the newsstand for 40 Liberian dollars. Kofa orders pre-indictment trial begins. Well, this was captured on the front page of the Inquirer newspaper. I'm seeing George Roosevelt Zell Willie. I love it when Peter Tobe is sending Roosevelt Willie's story. Yes, George Roosevelt Willie's captured here on the front page. Kofa orders pre-indictment trial begins. Well, it's a major story on the Inquirer newspaper. Grab a copy, read the rest of the story. LAA boss lands logs Buckeye for Turkish technical team's assessment at RIA. Yeah, I'm seeing Gerard Mensko, the head of the Rabat International Airport. Well, Gerard Mensko is captured here on the front page of the Inquirer. You can grab a copy. Let's go to the back page. Where is the back page? The back page are from the Inquirer. NIR CBL extends deadline. Yeah, I'm looking for this story here. The National Identification Registry, CBL, extends deadline for mandatory national ID registration. Was I'm saying Andrew Peters. Andrew morning, oh. Damn it. Andrew used to be all in Marka news when he was the MPP.
Yeah.
You don't know it all.
You don't know it.
You don't know it. Now, Andrew Peter, yo. Let me zoom the picture so you'll see Andrew. You still recognize him?
Yes.
Yeah.
He used to really love press conferences.
When Andrew can you still recognize Andrew?
And he walk by himself and can't say, "Mama, you can't do the interview."
You stay with Andrew can you recognize Andrew?
I don't know himself.
Andrew Peter is right here on the back page of the Inquirer. Grab a copy and read the rest of the story. Yala family in corruption allegation in Bonn.
Yala, the former senator.
Yeah, Yala. Let me see. This is former Senator Heron Yala. Zota Breach, 500,000. It's an allegation on the back page of the Inquirer. Yala family in corruption allegation in Bonn as residents demand accountability in 500,000 bridge project. So the bridge here in Bonn County don't want 500,000. Well, grab a copy, read the rest of the story right here on 961, the heart and soul of Liberia. Thanks so much for sharing. Thanks for following us on Facebook. The show is brought to you by Orange Liberia, Echo Bank, the Pan African Bank, Diamond Mineral Water. Can you show a diamond to the public? Those of you watching on Facebook.
I live on Diamond.
The guy drink Diamond every morning.
Yeah, I live on Diamond. Okay. Diamond is the best in the country.
Yes, Diamond Mineral Water. We hope the Liberia Football League will start to, you know, the LFL League will go to Diamond Mineral Water. Yes. Football in Poland. Milton Yoko, that the best water here will energize the national team, will, you know, make that team to qualify for the next World Cup.
Exactly.
The Diamond Mineral Water is the #1 water right now, and of course the Carish Eye Care. You can stop by and see Dr. Katri. Those of you having problem with the eyes, you can call 077-530-8595 right at the Boulevard Junction. And maybe you dreamed of being in a classroom, but want some knowledge from the classroom to be a professional teacher. The #1 college is La Cosa Teachers College. Yes, La Cosa is now extending. Not Monserrado alone, but La Cosa is now in Bonn County. Aviera is heading to Maryland County, Nima County very soon. La Cosa Teachers College is the best college you can have. Your full learning package as a full-time lecturer. Yes,
you can take advantage of La Cosa. You know, since 1994, La Cosa has been Liberia's oldest private teacher training college dedicated to excellence in education, and they've made a mark over the period of time, and they continue to do that. Yes, so you can take advantage.
Yes,
enroll at La Cosa.
Exactly. Great. Let's start you out with something big. Although this was our third discussion for this morning. His Excellency, good morning, Joseph Yuma Boykai. And let me say this out. Those of you who work around the president, it's a privilege for you to work with the president. Keeping the information of the president is something very important. I learned something from Councillor Tewon Gongolo. He said, most times when everyone's sleeping, he said, no, the president don't sleep. The president say, use a word, he said, in this post. When you're around the presidency, it's like, I want to say a society boost, but most of the information should be a privilege that you keep it privacy. The president have announced that last week that he'll be doing an unannounced visit to government institution. But this morning I wake up, people call it, oh, the president is going to ERBC. We say unannounced. So if I was the president, I would not make that visit to LBS this morning. Because there is a main objective the president have to see institution. Mind you, he's looking at institutions who are performing and those who are not performing. Ellen did the same thing in the past. Went to public work ministry one so morning unannounced. By 8 o'clock, she already there. Where's the deputy minister of administration? He's not even in office before 9 o'clock. He was suspended. But if you start to prepare and the information going out to the public, then this is not unannounced visit. You should stop this and stop embarrassing the president. The state-run radio is there. And he have announced that he will go to government institution unannounced. So going to ERBC or memo is already up. That's not unannounced. You don't call that kind of visit unannounced. Abdullah Kamara was also suspended last night. Before E-Marshal finished posting, it was all on some social media blogs. Why are we doing this? We're not running government on Facebook. Prayer Bamboo, my auntie will say, don't time used to run the radio, the government on the radio. That's what's happening. Before Abdullah Kamara suspension came out, blogs were feeling posting it. E-Marshal should be the first to even post that. I mean, if I were the president before you come in, I'll make a U-turn and not go to LBS. Because there's a memo right now, you go to LBS, the president will be there 10 o'clock this morning. That's not unannounced visit. You finish announcing his visit already. People feeling preparing that president is coming. Yeah.
Yes, again, I think this Facebook behavior, people have taken it to professional workplaces. Moreover, the gossiping behavior, people have taken it to professional workplaces. You know, the presidency is one area of huge confidentiality. And information coming from the president should never reach the public before it is officially announced or released. I think it is sad. I want to say I'm disappointed in the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs. I'm not pointing finger at a particular person because I don't know who may be that person that's always giving information first before even the president make the pronouncement or officially release these statements or information to the public. Okay? How other people got to know that, oh, the president. So those of you who are, should I say, the president's kitchen cabinet or the staffers of the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs, which one of you there giving information? Also, you're rushing, you're carrying police business around the president. You're rushing to give information ahead before it comes. What are you trying to prove? What are you trying to prove? If the president said, well, I will be paying unannounced visits at various government institutions, ministry, agency, and commission, then maybe in-house the president has chosen to do that at LBS. So which one are you taking that information and sending it to LBS if the president coming there on Tuesday?
Yeah, first visit.
Which one are you doing that? If I were the president,
I will make a U-turn.
I will not go to that designated area this morning. I will not go there. I will either use this now. I will get in our convo fun. As soon as we come in, we turn around, we're going somewhere else where they're not expecting us to be.
Unannounced.
Yes, do not go to LBS, Mr. President. You say you are going to do unannounced visit. They have placard all over the place. So everybody know you go to LBS. So anything that maybe you have seen to make you to make any kind of decision, maybe by saying, well, we can put funding in this area to improve it or do this. Now, if something was spotted, they now face it overnight. Okay? Or if something was fixed, that they now spoil it overnight. You understand, right? So there's no need for the president to go to LBS this morning. There's no need. Don't go there. Mr. President, don't go there. Again, moreover, I want for you to put your feet down and see who are those people who are pre-exposing your activities, your critical information to the public before they get out. For example, everybody knew that you have suspended Abdullah Kamara before even the executive mansion come out.
Executive mansion on the last of
you're late.
It was late.
So people are breaking your news ahead of your movement, Mr. President.
That's what's happening.
People are breaking your news before your movement, Mr. President. I think you need to take note. It will happen. Maybe some national security issues that the president is trying to do, somebody will leak it out there. You know, I mean, it is a serious concern for information to be coming from the presidency and even landing in the hands of, I don't want to be political to say landing in the hands of opposition. I don't want to say that 100%, but landing in the hands of people before the president can even make the official move. So I think this thing, those who are around the president, some of the assistant ministers, the deputy ministers, Anthony Kesselly, the likes of George Sa, all of you around the president over there. Which one are y'all taking the president in and putting the outside? Kula Fufana, the presidential spokesperson, Joseph Valle. All of you over there, who gave you information ahead of the president? So when he mentioned, I'm not accusing you. I'm just calling names so y'all can watch out. I'm not accusing them.
Yeah, you're not accusing.
I'm only calling their names so they can watch out.
Interesting. There, I was just about someone calling, but it's online already. The first place I've run to is the E-Mansion.
Of course,
the E-Mansion should be there, filling the whole country about the presidency, something around the president, but. The release of the suspension of Abdullah was already on the social media.
In the president's cycle, you want 75 people also or what?
Before the E-Mansion even posted it. That's very bad. The E-Mansion, people should be quoting according to what? The executive mansion. That's what people should be quoting. That's it. Let's hope. Work on it.
So now, as we were making that news, one of our headline stories this morning. So was it even necessary now for us to have quoted the executive mansion? We just quote any of the blogs, man, I posted it.
Yeah. So even Abdullah had known he was being suspended before even the
absolutely.
public getting the
news. Even 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, he knew that he would be suspended. You know, I mean, look, we shouldn't run the government on the social media. And those of you exposing information out of the presidency is very bad.
It's unprofessional.
Besides a president office, it could be the vice president, it could be a representative, it could be a senator's office.
Why are you rushing to get information in a country? Yeah, because that pure change for the behavior on you.
Yeah.
Gossiping people at their back. That how you can start.
It should be
you're taking and carry the professional setting, sharing the president information all over the place before it is officially released. Why?
So he's going to the LBS, right?
He will not go there.
It's unannounced.
Don't go there.
I mean, look, I always say this: the government can get opposition more ammunition. When I say ammunition, they look for more talking points. Because the president announced I'll be doing an unannounced visit to government institution. That was somehow last week. But this morning, it's all the president is going to this place. You want to see for himself what's happening. Maybe we could go at the JFK unannounced, right? You could go to water and sewer unannounced. You could go to the fisheries unannounced. He's the president. You could go to mines and energy. Talk about mining business, or at least illicit mining. All of our resources are going. He shut down Western Cluster, right? You could go to Women Pay unannounced. Something that's interesting, the National Identification Registry. You could go to Andrew Peter unannounced. That hundreds of Liberians standing in the line running for national ID
and
card.
They put that in there, no form.
No form. The president could go there what? Unannounced to see if the process. I mean, we shouldn't be doing this, man. In our country, every day you wake up concocting that different thing. Abdullah now take the whole social media. Before Abdullah himself got to realize, before E-Mansion even posted, the whole blocks were finished running with it. E-Mansion posted 1 hour 30 minutes late. So see the comments on the E-Mansion as compared to other blogs, other social media blogs. They are far less because they didn't break the news. We can't be doing this. So on this issue of this national identification thing is something very interesting, serious about it. And I want to, I think the central bank, so all of the commercial banks, please, people went out to the bank without the national ID card. There was denied from receiving MoneyGram Western Union on grounds that the bank wants to see a national ID card. And the pressure will go back to the NIR, the registry. See the queues. So if you have a national ID card, I'm a bit confused about this. I have a passport. I don't have a national ID card. So if I go to the bank still denies me.
Mhm.
I mean, that's the kind of debate is running now on the social media. Some people got embarrassed yesterday. They have their passport, the national identification card is expired, but the bank said we cannot give it there because they're calling to central bank. That's how
Mhm.
CBL had our press conference with NRA and said, look, let us extend it up to August 31. That's why it was extended. So there are issues that affect citizens that people move on a daily basis. There are people who don't have time. Say, but I'm supposed to receive this, my family's sake, and I don't have the national ID card. That's a key priority there for your citizen. We'll prioritize so many things that is not necessary. This NRA thing, like on a very serious note,
Mhm.
Andrew Peters, put your foot down to the ground. If they supposed to get a card in 1 week time, the person take the card for $5. It shouldn't take more than a week or two. That if there are challenges, come out and tell the public. Don't behave like the disaster management. If the identification has some challenges, well, when I go for my card on Tuesday, in 1 week time, I'm supposed to get the national ID card. If extending to a month, if there are challenges, you come out and say it. Don't remain tight-lipped. The group you see, they're standing online. They don't want to go there because they want to go and stand. It's the reason that carried them there. Government say everyone should have the national identification card. A guy said to me, so
Mhm.
if I don't have the inner arrow card, but I get passport, me answer this here. I say, I know. How do you answer the kind of question?
Yeah, I tell you. But
Yeah, yeah.
again, well, again, the government knows why it is doing. I think they're trying to harmonize personal data of individuals in the country. However, if it is by the national identification card, then that means that same information should be the one going on your
On your
passport, going on
passport.
all your other documents.
Yeah,
So that's what it is. But the good thing is let them make it smooth. Yesterday I received a message.
yeah. Hmm.
Someone was saying, well, this process should be decentralized in Margibi County. It can't
Hmm.
just be one center, everybody going there.
Hmm.
So let other different places have the center so they can go and get enrolled in a
Hmm.
national ID system. So yes, again, y'all do the best. They think y'all can do, and I accusing people, but sometimes the forms are there, but because people want to start getting extra things from the people who are coming to get the service, they start withholding these things and say, oh,
Hmm.
no form,
Hmm.
no form, no
Hmm.
form.
Hmm.
And somebody told me, I don't want to take it by face value. Somebody told me that they went to one of the centers, I don't know, around somewhere around Pinsway. Yeah. So I don't want to open
Hmm.
book for investigation myself, do my own investigation. They went around and they're telling people to pay 200 to get a phone. I think 200 or 100 to get a phone.
It should be free.
Yes, yeah. Now you go receive a form and fill it in, and then you pay for your ID card. You understand?
Hmm.
But they say pay $100 or $200 to get a form because when you go to the other side, they tell you, oh, the form finished, the form finished. So these kind of things are not correct. So your focus and do what is right. Yes.
Decentralize it. Maybe you could get one booth to the ferry ministry where people going for their passport, they can get the national ID card, to expedite the process fast. I mean, you just have the queue just everywhere. Look, man, let's get the calls up, open up. Yes, our guest will come up at 9:15
Yes,
this
our
morning.
guest will come out at 9, but please allow me to do this.
Mhm.
Yeah,
In passing.
yeah, just please allow me to do this. In passing, again, we want to inform our residents of the great city of Pinsville
Okay.
that the Pinsville,
As soon as the number increase, you start playing for announcement.
yeah, exactly. Now I'm playing a very
But you
big
posted something, and I took my time.
to read a comment.
Yes, your comment. Sorry about that.
Mhm.
You said is Jeremiah Kun a race car
Is the
or
current vice president
a race car,
packed
a
car
park
or a
car
race
or a
car?
race car?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
And the answer was like
Well, a lot of
a
people were
race
saying,
car.
but only normally we just want to hear from the public what they
Yeah,
think about
yeah,
certain
yeah,
issues.
yeah.
So that's why sometimes we post these things.
A race
But
car or park car.
yeah, again, so we want to
Mhm.
inform the residents of the great city of Pinsville that the Pinsville Connection meet and greet will be taking place on the 28th of this month.
Mhm.
I think the 28th will be on a Saturday.
Mhm.
We'll have a football match and an outdoor program. We'll have a wonderful evening on that Saturday. So we encourage residents of Pinsville to be part of it. You cannot allow what's happening in Pinsville to pass you. So you have to be a part of it. Thanks to the team lead, Melvin Cetro, Mobile Yoba, Michelle Snyder, Richmond A, Wodofa, Shiba Johnson, and the rest of the team. So yes, we are doing our part here to ensure that I'm hoping that Melvin will even pay for my t-shirt because of what I'm doing here.
Good,
Yes,
a good
yes,
announcement.
absolutely. So yeah, so we are doing this together for the city of Pinsville. I mean, this is a huge social movement, and we are doing it on purpose. After the meet and greet, we'll plan other initiatives, including reaching out to underprivileged, settings in the society. So we'll make huge contribution to the city of Pinsville. So yeah, please be part of it. And also, just for 30 seconds on you, we have another event coming up where I'm going to be serving as one of the speakers. So that means do myself a little justice this morning. But
you guest speaker?
Yes, no, I'm not. Just I will just be making some comments. It is actually the Youth Career Development and Empowerment Summit coming up under the banner of Kia Liberia Vocational School. The venue of the conference is at the Harvester Church, FDA Junction in Bernard Farm on Saturday, June 21. So yeah, so I'll be there as one of the speakers. I will just speak briefly to the young people about
ain't so doing.
Yes. About the media. This is our space.
Ain't so doing.
Yes,
You gotta
so,
do it. Ain't so doing.
Ain't so doing.
Ain't so doing.
Yeah. So tomorrow we'll make some mention about it. So yes, thank you, Chief.
Great. So let's slide this out quickly. The LMP, please. This issue of what happened to Dubaru. I don't want the police to take this lightly. Armed robbery have gone down in this country forever so long. We'll stop hearing about it. But what happened to Dubaru? Less than 24 hours ago, to hear live bullet sounds. The LMP, not just Dubaru, please. The night patrol of the Liberian National Police will need to be more effective. We want to see our police not only in the daytime, not only for rioting, not only for protests, but the night patrol is very, very important. It was carrying Dubaru. We received lots of calls, live bullet sounds for almost 30 minutes. This is something we'll stop hearing for a very long time.
Yes. I was shocked when I woke up this morning and saw the information online. And thanks to one of our reporters here, Myean Torgbean, who was around. Yeah, so I want to say thanks to him. But I mean, it was shocking. When people say you move in Dubai, first warning that they can be giving you.
Yeah.
Then you move there, you may 2 weeks, then they got a news coming, or you're getting scared. But me, I'm not scared anyway.
Hearing live bullet. Hearing live bullet sound. So the LMP, please. You know how you strategize. The joint security at night. We need a police presence. That's why the one time we say hotlines are very important. Government institutions make use of the hotline. So in case of any problem, people can ring the police hotline, fire service hotline. There's a bus water prep water hotline, ambulance hotline. It's very important. Yes, let's get the lines activated. 40 minutes up to 9 o'clock. This is the breakfast show. 961 the hot and so up Liberia 0770 153-265. Call us. You'll be live on the first segment of the TBS.
Yes, 0770-202579, 0770-202579. Good morning.
Good morning, Baba.
Good morning.
Listen, to my brother there, O'Neill. How you doing this morning, my brother?
Let me have the control part. Who told you that? No, go to Mendy.
Oh, you see that now? Okay, so my name is Hafo, and let's say this.
Who is Hafo? Hafo, come on now. Why is Hafo?
Oh,
okay, go ahead.
So those that are doing this thing to the government, they're not doing fair. That means you don't love the government. You are an opposition because if the president should be going somewhere and you cut it from the president carry the news, so you're telling if you're free now, you gotta prepare and say the president is coming.
They like the president more than the government in the country.
That's it. You can't do that. The president will pay on now visit, then you run and say it. You don't like the president, you don't like the country. Let's stop this thing. Let's do what is right. We want somebody to bring this country to a level that will appreciate all Liberians and everybody be happy. So the president do something of that type. Then why you keep your mouth closed? You want to change your police here.
No.
You talk quiet.
Thank you. Okay. Good morning. Oh, they call bouncing. Okay, 0770202579. Let me take this one. You had one?
Go ahead.
Good morning.
Go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning.
A pleasant good morning to Oli Ragos. Sorry for this shortfall and this voice of Apple Ebo Singer. Let me also say a pleasant good morning to the people's lawmaker from Musa Assam Philippines. Something caught my attention this morning, which I want to speak to quickly. In as much Marka, we want to appreciate the things we see the corporation for the level of work they are doing, especially in and around the things, when it comes to, cleaning the city. Marka, I understand that maybe they may be challenged in terms of mobility, but at least they need to double efforts when it comes to, cleaning the dye from the street. When the people clean, the drainages and they put the dye along the road, sometimes Marka, if it stays there for like 2-3 days, what happens is that the Zogo then will collect the dye from the community and just put the dye on the main road because they notice that probably PCC is not going there to collect those dye within time. So I'm just calling on them to really take note of that because if they don't do something about it, Marka, was that the streets that they are trying to go with that dedication within no time. But thanks for having me as always.
Okay, thank you.
Great. Let's speak out Noah Elliott. Noah morning.
I think she get job now. I will not call her jobless.
No, you have job now. I've been told you're working now.
Where?
But you are doing your work, you tell her. Yeah, but we don't want asking you the show. Exactly.
Okay, go ahead, Noah Elliott.
Yeah, I got two important points this morning. One is right? Sometimes I think that need to look at his surrounding. The person will look at his surrounding. I don't know, but his surrounding is bad. The last time they said they moved to family. They was on the mansion. Was that until I think it was school or era. But the way they said after a day before put out the post on the mansion was that after but the family they said 2 days before why they will put it now. Other people will bring it in foundation for put up placing it on the WhatsApp. And my second point is so much corruption in the Union Party and this is better than some finish and not taking action by sending them to court. I don't think necessarily what better we change Torgbean. I think we change Torgbean for the better, not for the worse. So he said it's not fair, but
yeah, so said Judge Ria was not suspending those who are accused. But you make me sure Judge Ria, so I'm bringing it out. So Judge was not suspending. You.
the female general. Yeah, how you know
that allegation there? No, yeah. Let's speak on integrity wash. I say integrity wash, accountability lab.
Yes,
yeah, yeah. Laura, looking at Andrew Peter to win. When this appear, we'll forget about you too.
Morning.
Laura disappear to reappear. Yeah, so we'll forget about you too. So we're taking your accountability. We'll say integrity.
Appear properly, but I mean the thing. They could say you guys are very lively this morning. That's good for the radio. It's good for de-stressing people. I mean, two things. The motivation talk is something that I picked on. I don't think it's a motivation talk. I think it's so tilted. It doesn't take a consideration that over ages religion has been used in diverse religion to restrict it to the Lord and Savior, which we spare to one book that is so tilted. It's not a motivation message. I think the Abdullah needs the sheriff needs to go back and restructure that, because with ages, different religions have used the name of God to commit mayhem against humanity, and that should have been, acknowledged in that motivation rather than tilting it. And I thought I had to pick on it, because when we send out motivation that should drive people's emotion and relax them, and it's tilted, it becomes a very wrong education. So I just wanted to pick on that. The next thing I want to pick on quickly is the fact that LEC should be also counted responsible for any armed robbery that will be happening at this time. When you're getting stronger electricity, and out of a sudden, the same day that the electricity will go in a particular area, that area receives armed robbery, we should be questioning you thoroughly what happened. And I think the security sector needs to wake up to these kind of simple things that look simple, but it's risking the life of people. And that those are things. And the last thing I want to raise is the issue of having your passport. And then the government, the president voice becomes the voice. This is raising a dictator. This is tyranny in a making. The passport of a country is greater than the national ID card. And that issue, I think we need to test it in court, because the Supreme Court needs to interpret to us which instrument of identification is greater than the other. That you will have your passport and go to the bank, and the president mandate a regulation that is less than the Constitution becomes greater than the Constitution. That is so offensive. That is building a tyrant in the president. And to think an executive order is greater than the Constitution, that is so annoying. And this is something that we need to look at. But thank you guys for this morning. I think it's a lively. That issue of identification for me is the most, and the reason why I even have to call.
Okay, thank you. Yes. Morning.
Good morning on you and Marka. Good morning to the listening public. This is Representative Hopeful Melton Yoko from District 6, Moswato County. And I'm happy again this morning. I would like to start from where the company just ended. The issue of a national ID card and passport, my brother. I just want people to know in this country, when government comes with policy, there are so many things attached to policy. The policy also benefits the country. The issue of national ID card perhaps is another form of government raising revenue. But my only concern I have with the issue of national ID card, if you want to make this thing is criteria, that means you should be able to provide more material that the people will use it easily to get it to the citizen. The citizen should not suffer to get a thing. What kind of country we live in? You go to the hospital, you spend a whole day before you get a treatment. You go to bank, you spend a whole day before you get money. You go to school, you stay in line a whole day before you get enrolled. Everything you do, you got to spend your whole day there. You go to LRA to get a document, you spend the whole day. You go to LBR, you spend the whole day. You know, so government.
LBR say you not able to spend the whole month.
I got a document to the business registry almost 3 months now. Just the renewal, it's still there.
It's difficult. You go to minister of education to get document and spend the whole day before you get it. So it's not good. Because there are some investors who want to do something for you, put in the person who this is what I want to offer for in 2 weeks time, this can be done. And you try to run after document, you're taking more, you're taking 5 months. So the people are losing opportunity for these things. So I don't want people to say that the passport is important more than the ID card, so for that reason, they should not make an issue. If someone want to say that, I would give out with that by saying the birth certificate is important than the passport. Because our birth certificate, you can get a passport. You understand? So that's policy. One government policy in place, the only thing I want to do is the government should be able to reach the citizen easily, let them get it in peace and happiness. Somebody can go get their passport, their ID card, and spend 1 month, 2 months now. The same thing that they will have passport, with our ID card, you can't get your money. Those same men are start connected to move our money. Because you connect your account to move our money. You don't have to get passport, you don't have to get anything to go to the bank. You understand? So want to make it difficult for people in the country, you try to find a quicker way to get it done.
Okay.
It's good that when you bring something, you make it correct.
No, don't talking too much because you got job. You get job. I'm out for final guy job. He say you want a PS. I'm out. Why you want to talk?
I will get job. Sorry for the land. The job will not be for high. The job.
Okay.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Marka. Good morning, William. My name is Emmett. I'm going to go to City this morning. I'm going to go to Wella. Let me appreciate the president by entrusting the vice president according to Article 51 of our Constitution, where they say the vice president should assist the president. And today the vice president no longer a part-time. The vice president works at the way a person is president. And today the vice president is internally renegotiating about employee equipment and benefits we are so eager today. And today you are seeing the city of 22 million, while other people export the country. And what we pray to want to export the public this year is that in the poor want to export. I was saying to the government, I'm going to buy their tree. Well, Marka, are you set? Are you about to come and see the police station to the Marka? Or will you? Come back and see the book on the activity what the government is doing. I was saying to the government level where they are doing. What they're putting into the festival is people. Thank you so much this morning.
Okay, come and see.
Come and see.
Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning, people of Marka, and good morning, people of O'Neill.
Very good.
I call on this and wonderful Bidesco. You know, the people is a privilege for them to work with Pape. But I don't blame the people because they don't learn trade. When I want to learn trade, I want to put a learn trade how we making it. Or leave them. The Pape will deal with them one by one. So yes, suspend the LTA boss. Small. It's a warning to the other people when they draw leaf for it. It's a warning to the young one.
So, no, before you go, off the record, someone said, but all those who didn't perform for the first half of Joseph Boyka government, why is it you don't replace all of them? There are more people on the substitute bench. The first half you haven't scored, you didn't perform. Why still keep you?
I'm sorry, we didn't come again. I'm not getting you.
Okay, the next caller will understand that one. Yeah.
Good morning.
Ambassador, and let me say good morning to veteran audience as well to those following the broadcast. My name is Aloysius P. from Virginia, and I'm coming this morning from District 2 in Lower Makini County. Let me say thank you for the talking point, and let me appreciate the president for taking such a decision on the LTA. I think bullshit. I think there is a belated decision for the president, but I think he also listened. Well, I want to speak on this issue.
As a leader, before you take, listen, as a leader, no matter what kind of information coming from wherever, as a leader, before you take any decision, you have to do due diligence. Yes, you have to do due diligence. You know, you live with the public opinion, eh? No government, yes, sir. Because as soon as anything happens, the president should just move and add immediately. Do due diligence before you take action, man.
My statement is being prompted by the citizen, especially from us, the youthful community. This individual presided over this exercise of training 10,000 young people when it comes to the digital area. There is no outcome to current, no outcome.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by there's no outcome? Are you not aware that they did the training and even empower a couple of the young people who participated?
Marka, I'm just hearing this from you.
What happened?
This issue, Marka. Hey, I don't have a lot of time. You know, this issue that has to do with the president making unannounced visitation to various ministries and agencies, and other people are there like leaking the information. I think this is totally wrong. And this exercise for me, I think it is meant to bring some level of proactiveness and efficiency to the operation of our ministry and agency. But if you have these kind of things happening, I think like one of your callers said, these people are starving the president and more especially they don't want him to succeed. Because if the president, for instance, want to go to ERBC and you are announcing, telling people there that the president is coming, it's all on the social media, all on the platform, what is the president going to do there? Because they are only telling those people to prepare themselves. So I think it's totally wrong. And people should desist from those attitudes. And anyone can let the president take action against them.
All right. Thank you. Let me take the I got this person. No. Yes, let me take this final caller and we'll go for sports. Good morning.
Good morning, Marka, and let me say good morning to all new and Nigerian people. My name is Fred Joma, and I'm coming this morning from District to Myean D. And basically, I want to speak to the office of the president this morning, and when it relates to like the performance exercise that was set on by our performance and neutral record for every ministry agency. And I want to the president this morning to see how best to reshuffle most of those that have not performed in government, because what they were listening to from the president in previous time, he was very cognizant of the fact that, quality all every ministers or people who are giving their authority
the heavenly government agenda. So since some of those when you talk to other cabinet meetings that refuse to work along with the agenda, there's a need that you bring other people on board. A lot of people sitting on the bench. I also encourage the president to revoke a particular performing grade that Mr. Jerome Lesco has done nothing to even be among those performing ministers, directors. So we are calling on the president to see how best
you know the criteria and standard that was set for that grading. You think it was just for sweeping the wrong way or for other things? There were particular target that is set, so you can say because the contract that the performance contract that they signed has specific things they were supposed to accomplish. It was not based on the overall performance of the institution, but there were specific targets set. So if you meet that target, I mean, you can be recognized. Okay, that you the new president.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes, let's go for sports, man. I mean, Tabe is already here. So when you're doing a broadcast and you know information, somebody is providing information that you know is not correct, you can correct them. It's not crime. So not because somebody have a viewpoint to express, say, well, let me just let the person flow. When you know you have the information, you sit down, let the person lie on the radio, then you say, oh, I should allow callers to say what they want to say. No, they can't do it at all. They can't do it at all. So when you have the information provided, say you don't have the information. Yes, let's go for sports. Now I'm in Tapia this morning on the TBS. Yes.
Good morning, Marka. Good morning, everyone. Rubber Sports Academy has been crowned champions of the Liberia Football Association's EFWA Subcommittee on the 12th National League. The Pingsville City-based academy achieved a commendable 2-0 victory over City Robbers GSA Road Academy on Sunday at the Summer Crandall Sports Complex in Pingsville. Rubber Wolfen, the president of Rubber Sports Academy, expressed joy and gratitude to the players and their parents for their unwavering support throughout the league campaign. The president also extended his thanks and appreciation to Raji, the president of the Liberia Football Association, for his support towards the growth and development of grassroots football under his leadership. At the same time, he called on all Liberians to rally around football, which he believes can improve the living conditions of many football enthusiasts. Dupont Road All-Stars staged a dramatic second-half comeback to earn a thrilling 2-2 draw against Elite All-Star in a fiercely contested encounter. Elite All-Stars were rewarded with 2 well-crafted goals before halftime. Dana Woto opened the scoring with a powerful finish, followed by a composed scrap from Yaya ability to double the advantage. Christian Williams sparked life into the home side as he capitalized on a defensive lapse to pull one back. Darius Lamin stepped up and delivered a stunning free kick that curved past the wall and into the net, leveling the score and sending Dupont Road All-Star to the knockout round. Mighty Barrow has roared back to life with back-to-back victories, rekindling hope among their fan base and reaffirming their intent to defend the LBA First Division League title. Meanwhile, Invincible 11 continues to stumble in what has become a difficult start to their campaign. At the weekend, Barrow put on 2 inspired performances that birthed life into a season that had started with uncertainties. On Friday night, the Earth passed in a spirited MP Patton's side in a half-fight 63-59 contest. The narrow victory was a crucial turning point, serving as a morale boost for the team under mounting pressure to perform, but it was Sunday's clash against Bushra Bulls that truly sent a message to the rest of the league. Barrow dominated from start to finish, outshooting and outclassing their opponents in a stunning 70-45 triumph. The 25 points blowout not only added valuable points to their tally, but showcased a rejuvenated Safani 8 rhythm at the right time. While Mighty Barrow is rising, Invisible 11 France 8 is soft-hailing in the opposite direction. The other boys, once a powerhouse in Liberian basketball, have suffered consecutive losses to the Bushra Bulls and MP Patterns. Still at the SKD gym at the weekend, the match between LPRC Others and Cestus Among Us in the first division category of the Liberia Basketball Association Leagues was postponed due to improper dress code from league leaders LPRC Others. And away from Liberia, Arsenal are hoping to sign the final piece, which will complete the jigsaw puzzle of the midfield. Martin Zubimendi, considered one of the world's best defensive midfielders, is set to join for €51 million from Real Sociedad, a deal which has been widely expected since January. The 26-year-old Spaniard rejected a move to Liverpool last summer. It is now joining their title rivals a year later. Zubimendi, who most likely take the place of Thomas Partey, and link up with Declan Rice and Matthew Odiga in a midfield three. Zubimendi has played 36 times for Real Sociedad, his only club to date, and scored 10 goals. But he's not a goal scorer because he's primarily a defensive midfielder. Real Sociedad played several formations last season, though mostly it was a 4-1-4-1 with Zubimendi as the pivot. In La Liga in 2024-25, he ranked in the top 5 of central midfielders for successful passes, successful long passes, progressive passes, touches, tackles, interceptions, aerial duels, and distance of completed up-field passes, 8.5 km. That's all from our sports desk.
I'm living life to the max.
Well.
And products. Get entertainment, games, music, and more.
minute meeting.
Yes, welcome back. Welcome back to the True Breakfast Show 961, the heart and soul of Liberia. This is the final segment. It's 15 minutes down, 9 o'clock. Good morning to all of you. Those of you just tuning in, would like to say welcome to our broadcast. Well, we have on this last segment, Councilor Mendina Wisesh going to share breakfast with us until 10 o'clock this morning as we're still observing the week from Dr. Amos Hoyer. Councilor, good morning to you. She's not screen to this radio.
Morning.
Morning. Good morning, hear me, man.
Morning, yes, I can hear you.
Good. How you doing this morning?
Blessed and favored, and happy to be here with you to share the breakfast. Good morning to the people in Radio Land.
Okay. Yes. You sound a little bit holding on. You've been so busy. I've been the entire team, not you alone. The entire team have been busy so much. We're from remembering our fallen hero, Dr. Amos Sawyer.
That's right. We've had 3 good days of events, 4 events. As you're aware, we started on Friday. And Justice Janet has done well to educate us. We went to the Fish Market Masjid, which is the mosque, and we were blessed. It's part of the tradition that Dr. Sawyer tried to instill in us the level of tolerance that we must have for one another. We listened to the Chief Imam, Ali Krai, as he summed up the footprints that Dr. Sawyer left on the soils of Liberia in time. He asked the salient question, what is the legacy of your life? For such a meaningful life as Dr. Sawyer lived, what legacy did he leave? He summed it up with that question and he answered, just look around and see how many people he inspired, how many people he educated, how many people he mentored, that today we are looking at some of the values and his mission or vision that we want to now say to people, let's carry that on. And at the mosque, we had several dignitaries joining us on Friday. And following the worship service, we then went on for the inaugural lecture. And we had one of our most inspiring speakers in the person of Professor Ambassador Du Tuangle Mason, who examined his life, some of his works, and talked about the vision. And for the audience at the university, it was also again a revisitation, a reacting or re-enlightenment. The president of the university, Dr. Lely Mapayan, wasn't there, but she had Dr. Agnes Reeves Taylor as the acting president to stand in. And again, it was also inspiring to see the students and the dean of the College of the Amos Claudia Sawyer College of Social Sciences and the Humanities, Dean Gray, Dr. Kula Thompson Williams. These are all people we worked with. The president of the Political Science Student Association, And they had a good turnout out there. And Ambassador Mason laid it out. Because this is someone, I mean, they're all from Sino, like they'll say, the Sino boys. The Sino boys. That's right. That's right. As he looked at two of his works and asked the students to um, go through some of those books. And the foundation plans to have a reading room. But Ambassador Mason concluded by just the same path that Sawyer would take. Be prepared, be ready. Students of today, you need to read, you need to understand, you need to comprehend, and you need to be guided by values. Because, like he said, just examining his life, he said, here was a man who's modest, and again, maybe in physical stature, he was not the tallest, but with brain power, he was amongst one of the brightest in the world. And if you go and check again when Indiana University honored him, if you see the citation, he was a political scientist of no mean repute. So Professor Mason looked at the monologue that Sawyer had written. He looked at the book that Sawyer had written, No Land, No Vote. That book was published posthumously because it was one of his last pieces of work. But he looked at the autocracy in Liberia, and when he talked about some of the chapters in those books and asked the student to read and reflect. I mean, take for example, like he said, we take it for granted today, the vote that any 18-year-old, once you attain the age of 18, you can vote. Sawyer, in his works, chronicled the symbolic path that he took to want to be mayor at a time when the Constitution, and we all know that it took the coup and the fall of the First Republic and the abrogation of the Constitution to get to the 1986 Constitution. So it is in the 1986 Constitution that we have done away with the property clause. But at the time when Dr. Sawyer was contesting for the mayoral position of the city, yes, he was challenging and testing the status quo. He was challenging the True Party because at that time, you needed to have property in order to be able to vote. So, but here we are today, the 1986 Constitution allows us, once you reach the age of 18 and you can show that you're a Liberian citizen of sound mind, you can vote, and there's no requirement besides just going to the poll to vote. So the lecture, again, to go back to the lecture on Friday, that was what it was, the due Mason lecture, and we hope to be able to publish fully and then repeat and share with radio stations such as yours some of those speeches and broadcasts. And then Saturday was the
So
crowning moment.
before going to Saturday, what was the response from after the lecture series from Professor Milson? I mean, from the audience in general, in terms of having going back and forth with those who are in attendance.
Well, we didn't have a question and answer series, but of course, we had student involvement. There was, remarks from the Student Unification Party, and there were, informal interactions. But since we've had those programs, we intend to follow up, that's why we're saying one of the things that we plan to do as a foundation is to have a reading room at the university, a reading room. Now, again, we are hoping that within the spirit of Dr. Sawyer and the culture that he lived through and he left, and that we're hoping that we can pick up as one of intellectual discourse and dialogue. So Dr. Sawyer, as an academic of no mean repute, worked in an Ivy League school, one of the top universities in the United States, Northwestern University in Indiana. His professor friends valued what he did. Like Mrs. Sawyer said, Dr. Sawyer didn't have any doubt in his mind that he will will all his books and say, I wanted to go to university. That's what we're going to have in the reading room. Some of his friends have also ensured that the part of the academic work are sent to Liberia. So one of his lifelong friends who was also passed, he willed his books. So we are in receipt of about 64 boxes. And I understand more books are on the way. So that is why we have gone, Mr. Sawyer and another member of the board, Madam Lucia Masale, had a meeting with Dr. Myean to have the first engagement. Well, we want to make sure that the foundation and the university relive and engage and continue with quality and meaningful academic discussions so that we once again begin to look at some of the values. Because we think that, I mean, O'Neill, I'm not sure whether we are all taking notice of this, but most times we ask, what inside there for us?
Not inside.
What inside there for me?
It's a question that has been often asked. I mean, across all sectors.
Across all sectors. But I don't know whether we're being mindful that we're getting almost near there where only animals worry only about food. I don't know if you think about it that way.
Is it only animal worries about food?
Yeah. Human beings think about other things. So there's food, clothing, shelter, and livelihood and sustainability. There's values, there's ethics, there's philosophy. But animals only think about food. How am I eating? What am I eating? And the mothers would be concerned about how they care for the young ones. Now, if we now get to the point where in Liberia, the first thing and the only thing you think about is what inside there for me, then the gap and the steps between you and the animal not far. So we are now saying as if we get back,
I will make all of the big saying that it also was in that.
yeah. So here we are. Yeah. So here we are. We are saying in the culture and the spirit of Dr. Sawyer, we are thinking we want to bring back analytical thinking, critical thinking, value laden thinking. So when we had the honoring program, the dinner, luncheon, foundational program on Saturday, we looked at the life of Reverend Dr. Abba Kanga.
Abba Kanga.
Yes.
Okay.
This is a senior statesman. This is someone who has and continues to contribute meaningfully to the life of not just the people of Bassa, but he has inculcated love for the Bassa language. Like I joke, sometimes the other day I went to Bassa one time for church service, and I saw this reverend minister preach. And O'Neill.
You mean Abba Kanga now?
No.
Okay.
And there's another lady reverend. And the way she preached, you would have thought that God can only speak Bassa, and the Bassa language conveys the true meaning of what Jesus Christ was saying. The way she preached. And if you
in the vernacular.
because she was preaching in Basel. And thanks to Abakanga. So, but here we were when we were honoring in the citation, and we had Joseph Dean, one of Liberia's eighth comedians.
Father, does he have a specific story that every time Sawyer wants the warning or what? Is a specific story?
Dr. Sawyer always wanted to honor him. And here's his story. So we said in our citation, we were saying his contribution to enrichment of his Christian works in the Basel language. But Joseph Dean, who was the MC and one of our ace comedians, reminded the audience that it's not just translation of the Bible into Basel language, because he was not the first. But what he did was to bring the Basel language into a dictionary form.
Basel language into a dictionary?
Yeah.
I'm just hearing this.
Yes. Okay. And now, as you may know, part of his story, Dr. Abakanga himself, again, we will be able to share the video so that people can hear the audio and the video. He said he went to first grade when he was 18 years old. Now imagine your friend name Abakanga. You should see the omen today.
Turned age 95, just celebrated his birthday.
Yes.
Went to school.
Age 18
years old in the first grade.
In the first grade. And although we just celebrated Sawyer at 80, he and Sawyer were classmates. They met in college. And he earned a PhD. It's not an honorary. So when we say Reverend Doctor, it is not an honorary PhD. He'd want us to know. And he pledged, and we hope, because one of his sons was the Gamode Kanga, he said the woman has donated 2 of his works. We hope that, again, as part of the culture that we want to inculcate, again, in the return to academic debates and dialogue, would be to look at some of these works and have people to read and come and discuss chapters with the students, and we are further enlightened and enriched in our thought processes.
Goes back down with education. I mean, let's look at the foundation of Dr. Sawyer, keeping this foundation alive. Not many people will do it, but thanks to the entire team for holding it on, the cabinet, Janet, the Euro, the we said, and everyone who's been still keeping the dreams alive. Give us an update on the Amos Sawyer Foundation. Others are listening. There are folks who also see him as a mentor, like the Ibrahim Yan and so many others.
Right.
Yes. Give us an update about the foundation of Dr. Sawyer.
Again, we thank God for the lives of so many young people, especially, people like Dr. Ibrahim Yan. Ibrahim was, you would say, one of the youngest and closest mentees of Dr. Sawyer. He worked with him, followed his footsteps, and drank from the fountain just by working closely with him and towards the last days of his life. So had he not gone into government, you would see Ibrahim day to day with us, with Mrs. Sawyer at the foundation. You have also people like Lucia Masale. Like we said, Lucia is, if you say someone has an MA or the master's in this study or that study, Lucia got her PG, a prison graduate, as one of those who went to Belayala. And Justice Janet, as chair of the foundation, is giving so much back because, like he said, and to piggyback on what Dr. Agnes Reeves Taylor said at the when she was giving remarks welcoming us at the university, it was the social sciences class, the classroom of Dr. Sawyer, that Dr. Reeves Taylor and Justice Janet have publicly said they got a better appreciation of Liberian history just by being in that classroom. And Dr. Agnes Reeves Taylor is doing very well in academia, and she recites and recalls just the kinds of lifelong interaction she had with Dr. Sawyer, Professor Dr. Amos Sawyer. So if we come back to the foundation, what the foundation intends to do under the tutelage and guidance of Justice Janet Mrs. Comfort Sawyer. She is currently serving as the executive director. She's a widow, but she's also a torchbearer, taking on day-to-day activities to just keep this flame alive. You know, O'Neill, you would see it almost like it was. I'll go back and forth with the foundation and the dinner. It was just awe-inspiring to see how many people we could bring out that evening on Saturday. The former foreign minister, Benki King Akirele. We honored Professor Agnes Nibo van Bamus posthumously. So Dr. Kanga was honored in his lifetime, given a lifetime award. Agnes Nibo van Bamus, one of Liberia's foremost ethnomusicologists. Many people don't even know that such titles or professions exist. What has she done? You may be too young to have known her. She passed away to glory in the year 2000. But some of us were able to see her, and now we are able to read of her works. What was her contribution? To take Liberian folk music and arrange them, gave them new meaning, highlighted these and brought it on par with what you call classical music.
Okay.
So she set a very high standard.
Agnes Fabombas.
Agnes van Bamus. She set a very high standard when she was the director or directress of the choral society or the university chorus, the choir.
So as you are speaking, so one of the grandson of from Abbas Kanga just said me say, we are listening to Councilor Medina. We said yes, she is correct. Our grandfather have 13 children, 179 grandchildren.
Oh, wow. You see that?
The old man is listening. We should just read it out to make it laugh this morning. 13 children, 179 grandchildren, 44 great grand, 32 great grand. Wow. So so blessing, man.
So
you.
That's blessing.
Mm-hmm.
That's blessing. And Senator Wisa, when he was giving the historical perspective of this award, one of the things he said, he thanked the old man for born in Gugu Cheren. So the president pro tempore of the Senate, Nyombli Kanga, is one of his daughters. And we acknowledged her that evening. We said we were happy that she was there. She was there. She was there. She was not there as pro tempore because you cannot, unbundle yourself of that title.
Yeah.
But she was there as daughter. As a very proud daughter.
Of one of the honorary.
Yes, as a very proud daughter of Abakanga.
Let's get back to Edward Sawyer Foundation. I mean, a brand name, Dr. Sawyer. The last time Councilor Tewan Gongola wrote a beautiful piece and said,
very beautiful.
Yes, a very beautiful piece.
Tribute.
Yes,
so
he did a tribute.
Again, we hope, because the Tewan Gongola, we said, these are all the disciples, mentees of Dr. Sawyer. And I think I was listening to you, or was it Marka who was reading it? So T-Max, I was going on T-Max show, and he felt very jealous that one will write this piece and he didn't get it. So again, kudos to Truth FM. You picked it up,
yes,
and it came in so appropriate for the week. And Tier 1, who had served as his special assistant, and you can see Tier 1 continue to be a torchbearer. And Councillor Gonglo was also at the program, and he was called up by Mrs. Sawyer so that people would be able to applaud him for just continuing keeping the touch alive, because now Tier 1 is the standard bearer of the Liberia People's Party. That was the party that Dr. Sawyer and members of the progressive community launched at the time to contest the 1985 elections. Don't forget, again, maybe we will need to be able to go back and forth in our history, with our history, to just look at elections. And when Doe was ready to compete, he didn't want too many, actors trying to muddy the water, so he banned LPP. So LPP then supported LAP, Liberia Action Party. The rest is history. One book will show that Liberia Action Party won the election, but at the end of the day, the Elections Commission determined that Samuel Kedo won that election, and he was sworn in as president. But Dr. Sawyer and others who struggled at the time for justice, for social order and governance, their actions at the time, I think, was also in 1986 that Dr. Sawyer and others were grabbed from the University of Liberia. 85, 86, maybe I'm having my dates wrong. And yeah. That's right. So what we are doing now, we're basically coming back to say thank you. We want to inform people of how well the events went. Again, it's all part of the mentorship process, that when you organize, you get people interested, inspired, you come back to inform, to acknowledge, to give thanks, to appreciate. We had corporate sponsors, the central bank, we had Shrimex, we had Musa Belitic, and by the way, Musa, that's right, and Honorable Musa Belitic was the key launcher for this at this event, and we also had the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation (NASCOP). We had I think it was Mr. Yobote and his company. So we've had a few individual and corporate sponsorship. So we will be able to write and give thanks, and of course make a full report. But we were so grateful that we were able to bring people from all walks of life
Great.
in the spirit of Dr. Sawyer,
Dr. Sawyer.
across
Mhm.
religious and political divide.
Great. All right.
Just come in and honor and see us give thanks and appreciation to people who have done remarkably well for this country.
Do you have students on the foundation scholarship? Are there students or not yet?
Oh, we have a lot of students, and
Okay.
we hope that we can also properly
Are
streamline.
you sustaining then? I mean, to pay the regular semester fees and all of it is something by semester. How is it going?
So at the moment, like Mrs. Sawyer informed, there was a church service as well. You didn't want me to finish my chronology. There was a church service as well, and Mrs. Sawyer informed of some of the students and recipients who were there. You have people at the high school level and people at the university level who are current recipients of this. Again, these are all some of the things that we'll be regularizing as to how people can benefit from scholarship. Now, we are trying to make sure that people get to know that, yeah, maybe some people benefited financially, financial aid, but we want to put in place proper structures so that it will be scholarship. Dr. Sawyer was a scholar, he excelled, and scholarship is to the best and brightest. So you must aspire, if you're doing well, you must aspire to do even better. So again, just to conclude on the church program, Reverend Canon Freeman of the St. Stephen Episcopal Church inspired us with a very simple but touching sermon. He had because we're going to St. Stephen's for the prayers and thanksgiving for Dr. Sawyer, because June 15 is the actual birthday. So he put his sermon in two parts. He looked at the life of Dr. Sawyer. Then, of course, he preached on the gospel of Christ. What he did, just like Imam Cry, Canon Freeman said, see Sawyer's life as a gift. And if this gift is given to you, the Sawyer family, Sawyer is also given to Liberia, given to Africa, West Africa, and then to the world. We see what he has done, and we should be happy. We should be happy that this man with this mind lived among us. Now, it is that mind that we are now saying, what did he do? What did he put his mind to? And that we are now taking it forward in this foundation. So because we are happy, and I like the way he put it, and if you go back to Ali Cry, the two of them, they didn't compare notes. But look at how they look at just one life. And for us, so it is not what did Sawyer do for us personally or what his foundation is going to do for individuals. We hope that the foundation will set standards, will reach out to more people, will continue academic discourse and dialogue. The reading room will be further enriched and enhanced. The foundation would work with the university. And Dr. Myean he has, in her interaction and engagement with the initial meetings, has said that the university will look forward, and the dean, they all look forward to this lecture series being a part of the university calendar. So this will be a highlight next year as we work with the university to see what social issue we can bring under the spotlight, have a lecturer to come in to throw spotlight on these issues and proffer potential or possible solutions and ways in which we can chart a course. So I think that going forward, these are some of the things that the foundation would be looking out to do, and we will work with the university community very closely, because it is about reinstilling, redefining, and reassigning values to courses like the social sciences that Dr. Sawyer once taught, and others are in the classroom now. I think one of the stories, and I think during the course of your own dialogue and interaction with the public, when a caller called in to say how inspired he has been to hear Dr. Sawyer say the greatest achievement, his most impactful, meaningful thing that he considers in his life is to be able to teach. I think the man, we said that was one of the last interviews that Dr. Sawyer had, and you heard it from.
It's good achievement. It's become a classroom lecturer.
To be a classroom lecturer, to teach, to inspire, to mold minds. to pass on values. And we hope that the foundation will be able to generate and garner more critical minds and critical thinking um, as we work.
Great. Yes. So it's 10 minutes up till 10 o'clock. Well, Councilor Medina, we says live with us. Well, closing up on the legacy for this month of June. This is my third year running with you now. This Dr. Sawyer. And interesting, all the programs y'all leave me aside. I come on the stage at one of the MCs. Yeah, this is my third year now running with anyway.
Except you're looking for that title for next year, and most likely we'll call you. Yeah, we'll call you. But you see, okay, you have divided the country into different parts and republics, and and then you can say you're living way across Africa.
Yeah.
So time to come to program, you can say, I'm way on the other side here. But I'm sure we will.
Let's work on it next year.
Yeah, let's work on it for next year.
Great. Let's pick the lines up and up, looking at the legacy of Dr. Emma Sawyer, Claudia Sawyer. Councilor Medina, which has live of us on this last segment of the True Breakfast Show, 9 minutes until 10 o'clock, 0770 153 265 153 265. You can call and you'll be live with us on the show. You've been following the discussion, you want to contribute, call us on 0770 153 265. All right. We'll bring you on until 10 o'clock this morning. So while we anticipate call, looking at the legacy, if we want to count that others, the younger ones who are part of from the foundation, we want to emanate and say, well, let's tap into the knowledge of what Dr. Sawyer had done for our country. I mean, what message you send across to them? There are others who are benefiting from the foundation, but they are saying they are just heard that we're part of the foundation. They are benefiting from the scholarship. What message you sent across to them?
Like I said to you, we are hoping that we will see value in books and ideas. So Sawyer got plenty of that, and we want to be able to discuss. There's no land, no vote. This is very topical. We'll call you the first time. The first time we're having a reading, we have chapters and readers and discussants with yes.
Talking about and others, or on some of the open source journals that is highly accessible. I think that is a little bit of a gap, except you have information to share on where we can get some of the writings and publications of Dr. Sawyer to share with our students. Thank you so much, Ben.
Thank you, Ben Way. Yes, 0770 153 265
and 0770-202-579. Yes, you can call and ask questions or make comments.
Yeah. Yes, that's what you're saying. Go ahead.
Yeah, so let me quickly respond to Dr. Wai. And again, thank you. I did reach out to him because Dr. Fuller Thompson had shared the number. Again, the books are public information, open. Some of them are out there for sale. I think you can get them from whether it's from Amazon out there, or maybe Wahala Publishers here, or local bookshops. But the ones that we are going to make public and free would be out there at the university, because we are in partnership with the University of Liberia. Again, we are grateful that former President George Weah was able to name the college, Liberia College, the Amos Claudius Sawyer College of Social Sciences and the Humanities. So we are hoping that we will establish an effective reading room, and so that is open. So that will just that's not a commercial space. That it will be a public space, and we will have all of his works. But the ones that books that people want to buy, they can access them through bookshops and wherever they're being sold. But don't forget, when we look back on the years of Dr. Sawyer at 70, Dr. Sawyer's greatest ambition at the time, he said, I just wanted a chair at the university. A chair at the university is an academic stool that people sit on and share knowledge in a very prestigious way. And now Dr. Sawyer has a whole college named after him, and we are just going to have one corner in there, a reading room that we will say is not just a library, because we'll bring out the works that he has willed, donated, and those of his friends from the Indiana University. So we hope Dr. Wai and others like you, who are, like you say, you are stewards of knowledge. We hope that we can um, rebrand, rekindle the interest in academic discourse and dialogue, so that we will we will spread value across a wide spectrum, and we'll begin to reshape and reorder issues of governance, of um, social discourse, social tolerance, social um, relations in a very positive way. Yes, and we will not be waiting. We want to thank all those who really came out on Saturday and on Friday for the lectures, who joined us at the mosque and at the church. We thank those who inspired and led others to appreciate the life and works of Dr. Sawyer and to live through his vision. We'll not just be waiting until June. We are going to get down into serious work. And I also want to let you know that Reverend Dr. Abakanga was so inspired and so joyful, so glad that he said, I want to be an honorary member of this society, and we gladly accepted him. He want to be an honorary member of the foundation, and we wholeheartedly accepted. So we're looking forward, really looking forward to receiving his two books, and we'll put that in the public space at the library. One, we'll call you when we are dedicating that space, because Mrs. Sawyer went out there at the university. She's working closely with Dr. Kula Thompson Williams and Dean Professor Josephus Gray at the university, to make sure that we have a decent space, and eventually we will also work medium to long term. We'll work towards building a whole space out there um, to carry on the works of Dr. Sawyer, God willing.
Great. Yes, God willing. So I want to say thank you. Thanks so much for accepting our invitation, at least to come and sit with us on this last segment of the TBS. And so we say thank you. Thanks to all of the hard working team of keeping the legacy of Dr. Amos Sawyer alive. And whenever I'm still seeing the team holding together since I met with Dr. Thompson, I still receive all of her messages. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And again, one of the persons that we would not would be remiss if we didn't mention him, Mohammed, our IT guy. He, if you ask every one of us, He was there back and forth, in and out, just making sure. It's the little people who do the little things that matter. Because if he didn't do those little things, getting the program right, we wouldn't have a program. And so again, we want to say thank you. All those who helped, and the team is out there, and we'll continue, and we'll make a full report, and we'll continue to engage with the public and keep it going.
Closing us up on this last segment of the Truth Breakfast Show. Yes, Marka, as we go home.
Yeah, thanks to the council for coming, and it's been a wonderful time this morning on the show as well. Thanks to all of you who have been following us from 7:30 this morning up to 10 o'clock. Yes, we hope to be here tomorrow again with another edition of the Truth Breakfast Show. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Yes, tomorrow we have Minister Charisman Piman Red from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Minister for International Relations. International Relations? Yes. Organizations. Yes. Charisma, we have just returned from New York with the Security Council. See what will have us on the last segment of the TBS. Thank you so much. Thanks to Myean Torgbean. My name is Oni Ravels, Marka Davis. See you on tomorrow. In the midst of all country friends, have a blessed Tuesday. Bye-bye.
Yeah.